Well, folks, here's an update on my little earthen berm that I built for flood control. This is the one I built a couple of months back to try to prevent flooding like you see here. Now, it has worked to some extent. I'll show you the barn later. I have no water in the barn, or very little anyway. So it worked to that extent, but you can see how this ditch is filled right up. So I'm going to have to, and this is washed out a little bit. We had heavy rain today. So I'll bring it down to the other end. I'll show you what I have to do to fix this. Okay, so I'm down toward the other end. You can see the water all backed up in there. Now, I don't know. My plan was to extend this ditch, but I don't know if that's going to help, because you can see the water here isn't as deep. So there's the end of the ditch there, and there's no water in it. All of the water is down this way. So the way to fix that, I guess, it's going to be a bit of a project. I'm going to have to dig this down so the water obviously runs downhill, and extend this ditch about 100 feet that way to the brook. So let's take a walk. So all the way through here. So I cleared a path through here a couple of months back. I just have to get the tractor out here to dig this, but I've got to go all this way. Into here. That brook is flooded out and overflowing. You can see it running here. I've got to run the ditch all the way down to the brook there. So here's a section of the brook where my footbridge is. You can see everything's dammed up there. I gotta clean all that out. It's overflowed. Come down through here, running across the yard, all the way down there. So I'm going to have to get in there, clean all that out. I'm going to go down and check another section of the bridge, or of the brook. So you can see the water was running across the yard a lot harder than it is now. All these leaves, pine needles are all bunched up from the force of the water pushing them down the yard. I don't know, we don't get normal rainstorms anymore. We get these torrential downpours and flooding. And here it is middle of December, and Well, no snow now on the ground. Well, years ago, we'd be knee deep in snow by now. So let's go down by the road and see what it looks like down there, where the culvert is. Okay, this is the north end of my property. This is where the two brooks on my property meet, right here by the road. So this is normally one brook here, and that out there is the other brook. They come down and meet right here and go under the road. This is dropped. I've been home for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and this is dropped. When I drove by on my way home, the water was right up to the level of the road. And actually you can see up there where the water was running down that way and ran across the road. And it was across the road when I got home. So it's already dropped quite a bit. I'm gonna have to try to pull that tree out of there. See if I can get that. I'll bring you back. Okay, so I pulled that out of the water. That brought it down a little bit, but there's another log in there. You have to get that out once the water level drops. And here's another small project. The tree that's down there looks like a maple. Gonna have to get in there at some point, cut that up, get that out of there. That's damming up the water too. Okay, and so now we're back to the point of beginning. There's the ditch and the little berm that I built that got breached. And we got the water running down through here, flooding all this out. So I'm gonna have to do, can't say that today. I'm going to have to do more drainage work back there in that ditch and solve that somehow, which will prevent this from happening. So I'll do some grading and regrading all through here to kind of help alleviate this issue. But I do have a partial success over here. So the barn is dry. There's a little bit of water over there. I think that might have come in from the side right over there where that puddle is. I think it came in over the footer a little bit, but that I can live with for now. But I think this drainage work here is a partial victory. It seems to have, and removing the bank of snow sure helped, but I think this drainage, this gutter here, is working to some extent, although there is a failure over here. Right there, water's bubbling up. So either there's a blockage or the pipe failed somehow. So I'm going to have to dig that up and see what the issue is there. Maybe it's a bad joint in the pipes. I think there is a joint right about here somewhere. There are about 8-foot sections. So I had an 8-footer running from about there. And it comes to about here. And then the next pipe comes through here. So I think that's maybe a joint right there that failed. Part of the issue too might be right about where that pile of snow is, and more like right there. That's where I put in the dry well. It's a 55-gallon drum. So I think with all this heavy rain, that dry well might have been overwhelmed, and this is all backed up and it's bubbling up there. So another project to do, and I'm really looking forward to finding the time, getting the time to finish all the drainage work and the grading work that I have to do around here. I almost forgot, here's the front side of the barn. Water's running pretty good. Now, it's running down this way and then getting diverted by the broken up old walkway there, running down that way and across and then out. Then I will I can't talk today. I will be fixing that. That's part of my regrading project and drainage project in the front here. Whenever I get to it, I'm going to redo that entire walkway. That's all sunken in and broken up. So I'm going to pull all those stones up, redo the walkway, and when I do that, then I'll run some drainage underneath the stones there out into the yard. So any surface water here will run right through. Okay, well, that's my weather report. Thanks for tuning in. Stay dry, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.